Hello everyone, welcome to the Principles of Microeconomics class. The, the course number is Econ 2301 and this section number, the section in which you are enrolled, is 86001. This is basically the Principles of Microeconomics, and this is a completely online format class. I believe most of you have taken Principles of Macroeconomics, but even if you did not take, this class does not have any prerequisite. So in today's class, I will basically go over what my expectations are in the class and what you can expect as a student from the class. I will go over the syllabus and I will just give a little bit of a brief overview about economics. And then from next class, we will start lecture 1 and starting from chapter 1 of the book. So again, this is an online class, completely online class. We don't have to meet face to face. Everything will be posted on eCampus. I have posted all the lectures, lecture 0 to lecture 16 that is required for this class on eCampus. The homeworks, I will be emailing you out the homeworks. You have to submit the homeworks online. I will provide you with Google links where you can submit your homeworks. The exams will be on will also be on eCampus, which when time comes will be available, and you can go ahead and take the exam when they become available. So the class officially starts from today, which is July 6th, and it will officially finish on August 6, 2020. Most of it is based on eCampus and my emails, so make sure you go over what is posted on eCampus. Make sure you keep record of the announcements and keep record of the emails that I send out, because in the emails I will be sending out video lectures as well as PowerPoint slides, which will help you to understand each chapter as well as prepare you for your homeworks and your exams. Now, one quick thing, the official drop date for this class is July 29th, 2020. That's the last day when you can drop from this class. Again, my name is Nafis Nasim. You probably heard other names also, Muhammad Nasim. Well, that's Muhammad is my first name, but I actually go by Nafis. But you can call me Professor Nasim, Nafis, or Muhammad, whatever you like. As a background, basically, I completed my master's in finance from UT Dallas, and then I am also currently pursuing my PhD in public policy and political economy, also at UT Dallas. So I finish all the coursework. I'm just finishing up my research work. And at the same time, I'm also working as a senior financial analyst at Enterprise America Inc., where basically I'm involved with underwriting and reviewing commercial loans for various types of businesses. My email is nnasim@dccd.edu. This is also listed on your syllabus. If there's any question or any concerns, you can always email to me and I will try to respond to you as soon as possible. Since this is an online class, I will try to be more proactive. You can find a profile about me also on eCampus. If you're interested about my background, you can go ahead and check. There's a picture also if you want to relate who the professor, how he looks like, you can go ahead and check the eCampus. So the required course for this class is the Microeconomics Understanding Our Material World, third edition, published by Kendall Hunt. This is available on the bookstore, or you can purchase the access code, and using the access code you can have webcom access to this book. Basically, you can access this book online using the access code, and I have given you the ISBN number in this slide. You can also find this information in your syllabus. So now I wanted to go over the syllabus quickly so you know how we are going to go over each of the chapters and what are the requirements, how many homeworks, what are the exams, and when are they. So we're going to go over all of that right now, and a copy of the syllabus has also been posted on eCampus. So going to the syllabus, and the same copy is posted on your eCampus. Initially, the first part, it gives you information about me, what my contact information, my email address, phone number, and if you want to meet me, we have to make an appointment through email. So it's the all instruction information. Then the second part gives you the course information. This is the principles of macroeconomics. The econ class is econ 2302. I think in the beginning I said 2301, but sorry, it should be 2302. It's a mistake I made. It was a typo, so ignore me for that. But the course number is econ 2302 and the section number is 86001. This is a summer course. You get 3 hours for completing this class. Again, it starts today, July 6th, and ends on August 6th, completely 100%. And the last day to withdraw is July 29, 2020. Okay, now the course does not have any prerequisite. Again, the course, then the next 2 or 3 pages talks about some objectives of the course, what are expected, what you will learn from this course. Just basic information. It's not very important, but if you can skim through it. Then we have the section on page 3 where we have required course material. Again, this is the book that I was talking about. You can buy it from the bookstore, or you can always buy the access code and have access to online. Now again, I strongly suggest you buy the book, but to be honest, if you follow my PowerPoint slides, my video lectures, and you go over the problems that I do online as well as go over the homeworks, you should be pretty well prepared for the exams. Okay, but regardless, the book will always help you and will always act as a guidance and reference in cases you are confused. Okay, and then if you look at this website, if you look at this syllabus on page 8 and 9, it gives you more details to show how you can register in order to get the access code for the book. There is a price, but basically pages 8 and 9 of this syllabus will give you instructions on how to get the access code. Then we have the graded work. I have given a small table of how your grade or how your score or how you can score in this course. Basically, I will give you 3 assignments in this 1 month of the class, and each of these assignments will be 5%, carrying 5% of your total grade. So it's very important you complete these assignments and submit them on time, because 5% is a lot. It can change your grade from A to B to A, or from C to B. So make sure you are submitting your homeworks and doing your homeworks. If you have questions, you can always email me to clarify any questions. Then there will be 3 exams, okay, and each of the exams will constitute 25% of your grade. So that's also a pretty big cut. Midterm 1 is 25%, midterm 2 is 25%, midterm 3 is 25% of your grade, and these exams are not cumulative. Basically, nothing is covered from before the exam. So let's say if for midterm 2 we will only cover materials that we covered after midterm 1. The materials that were included in midterm 1 will not be included in midterm 2. Same thing for midterm 3. So it's not cumulative. It is only the materials that we cover after midterm 2 will be included in midterm 3, and for the other exams. And then finally, since this is an online class, we cannot do attendance and participation grades, but we have discussion boards. So again, you will see on your eCampus under your course tools, you will have 2 discussion boards come up on due time. Whenever they become available, they will come up, and I will give out a topic that is related to what we study, and then you have to use your judgment and use your knowledge to address that topic. Okay, maybe I could, just as an example, I can say economics talks about the choices that we make, and then it's there to help us make the best choices so we can maximize our satisfaction. What are your comments on that? So this can be a discussion board. So as a student, what do you think about the statement that I provided, and you give your explanations. Of course, it cannot be a one-line sentence where you said yes, I agree with you. You need to give explanations and say why you agree with me and what are some of the concepts or materials that or facts that basically offer support to what you are saying. Okay, and then in addition, you have to make 2 comments to your fellow colleague or fellow classmates comments. Okay, so make sure you do that, and again, you will get detailed instructions on how to do the discussion boards, what my expectations are, how you can address the comments of your friends or your classmates. Now it cannot be again a one-line sentence, yes I agree with you, or yeah I do not agree with you. You have to give justifications and explanations, and each of these discussion boards will be 5% of your total grade. So that is 10%. Two discussion boards, 10% each, 5% each, so total 10%. So that in total becomes 100% of your grade. Now sometimes I curve the exams depending on the average of the class. Sometimes I give some extra credit depending on the overall average of the class. If everyone's doing bad, then I might give out an extra credit assignment so that most of you can improve your grade. But it depends on how the overall class is doing and not. Okay, and then the grading criteria I gave out. If you scored 89.5, I will give you a 89.5 or above. Anything 79.5 to 89.4 will be B. 69.5 to 79.4 will be C, and so forth and so on. So that gives you an idea and tells you how you can get A or B or C, whatever your goal is. Okay. Now again, the homeworks, there will be 3 homeworks, and I will basically email you out the homeworks. You have to do the homeworks and submit it online in a link that I will provide, and each of these homework will constitute 5% of your grade. There will be 3 midterm exams, and none of these exams are cumulative, and they will constitute 25% of your grade. You will need calculators to do calculations, but all of the questions will be multiple choice questions. There will be some mathematical problems, but it will be in a multiple choice question format. Discussion boards, there will be 2 discussion boards, each consisting of 5%, and then here you will see basically what are my expectations from you under the discussion board. Again, when I send out an announcement on an email about discussion boards, I will give you more instructions, but this part under discussion board will help you to understand what my expectations are. What am I expecting as an instructor from you to write when you're addressing the question. Okay. Then there's no makeup test, there's no makeup quiz, there's no makeup for discussion boards. Please make sure you are submitting everything on time. If you have anything urgent, please let me know in advance and I will try to accommodate. Given it's a very short period of class, it's very difficult to do makeup tests or makeup homeworks. Okay, so please understand this. These are then the next part are some template wording. These are general wording you can just read and understand about academic honesty. No plagiarism, do not copy from other people, make sure you do your own work. If you do not understand, let me know. Then you have religious holidays. If there is any type of religious holidays, at least let me know 3 days in advance that you cannot submit the homework on, let's say, July 15 because there is a religious holiday. Let me know at least 2 or 3 days in advance, so I can expect it on July 16th or the day after. So let me know in advance. And then finally you have the course schedule, and here I have given you a breakdown of the day by day from July 6th to August 6th, and I have told you on what day will I cover what lecture. Okay, so let's say July 6th we are going to cover lecture 0, which is just an introduction and going over the syllabus, and then I go on and talk about July 7 I will cover lecture 1, July 8 I will still cover lecture 1. Sometimes these are pretty big, a lot of material to cover, so we will probably cover 1 or 2 lectures in we will cover 1 lecture on 2 or 3 days. So depends on what we are talking about. Sometimes the lectures are short and we can finish it in 1 day. Okay, then on the right hand side of the table you will see that I put information on when the homework is assigned and when the homework is due, when the discussion board is due, and when your exams are. So this table is very helpful. It will help you to stay on track for this class. You know on which day what courses or what lectures you're covering, right? When your homework is assigned, when your homework is due, when your exam is, and when your discussion boards are due. So this table helps you to stay on track and meet all the deadlines that are needed for this class. Okay, and again there's another separate table on the next page that gives you separately. I've given you the assignment date when I assign you or when I send out the emails, and when it is due. Okay, so make sure you keep this calendar in front of you so you can follow it and you do not miss any deadlines. And then again, as discussed in the beginning, end of the page 8 and 9 basically talks about how you can get an access code and basically access the book online on the webcom. And then it also helps you to know how you can access eCampus. You should have an email with DCCT which you can use to access eCampus, and then you can access this course to get all the course related lectures, exam, and sit for the exams and homeworks. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what the basically what the syllabus is about. So that's what I wanted to go over quickly. This is again what I just said. There will be no makeups allowed until you let me know in advance, and there is a valid reason. And for religious holidays, let me know in advance. Okay, so I don't want to talk a whole lot today. It's just an introductory class, but I still do want to give you a little bit of information about what economics is and what it is associated with, and what are the goals of economics, or what are the branches of economics. Okay, so basically economics is the study of the allocation of resources. Resources are things that we use to make goods and services. Like in order to make a table, the resources that we need are, let's say, the wood, and then we need carpenter who can put the wood together, or we will need a tree. So basically those are resources, and those resources are limited in quantity. They are not infinite, right? We cannot have an unlimited number of resources. So those resources are limited in quantity. And later classes we will talk about these resources. Basically, there are 4 types of resources, and land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. But we will talk in details in chapter 2 about each of these resources. But for now, know that there are 4 types of resources, and these resources are limited in quantity. But as humans, we pretty much want everything. We want a Mercedes, we want a home, we want a nice laptop, we want a beautiful furniture. As humans, our wants are unlimited, right? We want more and more as we have more, as we progress and as we age. Our wants grow, as we go. We have wife, we have children, and our wants go up for family. So basically our wants are unlimited, but the resources are limited. So you can see there is a gap between there, right? Resources are limited, but wants are unlimited. Okay, so here is where economics comes in. So economics comes in between these limited resources and then unlimited ones from us, and they are coming in the middle, and they are trying to address this problem, how we can try to solve this problem. So basically economics studies the economic, political, and social elements in our system, and how in these economic systems the resources are allocated. So basically economics determines the limited resources we have, how are they going to be allocated among our unlimited ones. And then it also determines, using economics we can determine who gets what, how many books I will get, and how many books Tom will get, and how many books Nicole will get. So it will decide who gets what. Okay, so specifically it is the study of the choices. Because resources are limited, we cannot get everything that we want. So in that case we have to make choices. Let's say when we go to buy a car, we cannot buy BMW and the Mercedes and the Toyota and the Honda. Okay, so we have to make a choice which car we want to buy, right? And that's how we will allocate the resources and make decisions. So economics in reality helps us to make that choice. Economics is a study that helps us to make that choice. You will, after this class, you will have knowledge and you will make better decisions using economics, because it is the choices and the methods and systems used by economists to allocate resources. Okay, economics also helps us to allocate our scarce resources and divide them so that they could be used in the best possible way. So when we are allocating, we are making sure we are using them for the best choice or for the best possible reason. Okay, let's say you have $50, you are given $50 to spend today. Maybe using that $50, I will buy a shoe. Maybe you will probably use that for going to an expensive restaurant. Maybe Tom will use that to purchase the book. So it will depend from person to person, and that because each person has different choice and preferences, and based on that they will allocate the resources accordingly. Okay, again, that's what I said. Different individuals will have different choices and they will allocate the scarce resources, and the ultimate goal, what our ultimate goal is, we want to make the best choices and we want to allocate the scarce resources so that when we make the decision or when we choose an option, it gives us maximum satisfaction. Okay, when I was giving you the example, let's say I'm trying to buy a car, BMW, Mercedes, Toyota and Honda. I cannot buy all of them because resources are limited. I have to choose one, so I will choose that one that will give me the maximum satisfaction. So let's say my preference is Mercedes, so I'll probably buy Mercedes, and out of all the cars, Mercedes, when I buy Mercedes, it will give me the maximum satisfaction. So that's the goal of economics. That's the goal of making the choice. You know, we make the choice so that it gives us the maximum satisfaction. We are happy as customers and consumers once we make a choice. Okay. Same way, if you want to study biology, if you want to study engineering, if you want to study economics, you make your choice. You cannot study all of them together. You have to make a choice, and then you actually choose that subject that you like, that makes you happy. So that is what it is all about. Because resources are limited, we have to make choices, and the ultimate goal is, when we are making choices, we want to maximize our satisfaction. And the same thing applies when we are working as a group, or when we are in an economy altogether. Okay, so specifically, economics is the study of the choices, methods and systems used by economies and societies to allocate scarce resources in best possible ways. It helps us to make educated choice. So this study will help us to make educated choice, and also to make our decision making power improves, so that we are more happy in what we are receiving. Now, economics can be divided into two areas, and most of you heard about it: microeconomics and macroeconomics. If you already took macroeconomics is basically the study of overall allocation of resources within a society. So macro is more at the aggregate level or group level, when the economy as a whole is making a decision to allocate resources, or when, let's say, Dallas economy as a whole is trying to decide if they are going to build a hospital in the city or not. That would be macroeconomics. Okay, so it is at the aggregate level, and it studies the overall national economy or state level economy or city level economy. Some macroeconomic topics that you probably have seen in a macro class is inflation, unemployment, government expenditure, growth rate, GDP. These are all macroeconomics concepts. But this class is about microeconomics. Okay, so microeconomics is the study of allocation of resources from the perspective of smaller units. Okay, when I say smaller units, let's say, as an individual, what decision I will make. As an individual business, what decisions they will make. Let's say we only focus on Walmart as a whole. We are not focusing on all the retailers. We are focusing on Walmart, or we are focusing on, let's say, Samsung as a company alone. What are the choices they are making to allocate the resources that will maximize their satisfaction? Or as an individual, as Professor Nasim, what is the choice he is making to allocate the resources to maximize his satisfaction? That will be classified under microeconomics. So it is at the individual level, or individual consumer, or individual business firm. Okay, how resource allocation is influenced by consumer seeking utility and businesses seeking profit. So consumers want to maximize profit, and if you flip the coin and move to the producer side or business side, let's say I was talking about Samsung or Walmart, their ultimate motive is to increase the profit. Because consumers, we want to be extremely happy when we make a choice. On the other hand, businesses, when they are making choices, they want to make sure the return they're getting, the profit, is maximum. At the end, both these branches seek to measure and analyze economic efficiency. And in this class, our course will focus on microeconomics, not macroeconomics. Okay, so we will be talking about microeconomics in this class. So then we come up with the topic of economic efficiency, and this is, I promise, this is the last topic I'm going to talk about today. You can see this is the last slide. So economic efficiency is very important, because that is the ultimate goal of macroeconomics and microeconomics. So economic efficiency is achieved when we have unlimited resources, and then here are the steps to achieve economic efficiency. Okay, so the resources are limited, but our wants are unlimited, right? The resources we talked about are limited. So since resources are limited, we have to make choices. So we make choices, and then number 3, our choices give the maximum satisfaction or utility. In economics, satisfaction is also known as utility, and especially in microeconomics, you will hear the word utility a lot. Okay, so when you make the choice, your satisfaction is maximized, and for businesses, when they make a choice, their profit is maximized. When this happens, then economic efficiency is achieved in the economy, and that is very important, because when economic efficiency is achieved, what that means is consumers are also happy, their satisfaction is maximum, businesses are also very happy because their profits are maximum. So both sides are very happy, very efficient, no one is deprived, and therefore the economy is said to have efficiency. Okay, so it's very important. The ultimate goal is to have efficiency because it benefits everyone in the society. Therefore, economists analyze the different types of choices, methods, and systems and finds out what combination of choices will produce the maximum utility for most people. Okay, so how many of sugar, how many of egg, and how many of milk will give me maximum satisfaction. That is what the economists try to address. What combination of different goods will give me the maximum satisfaction, which will ultimately lead to the achievement of economic efficiency. So very important, economics is the study that helps us to address the issue that resources are limited and our choices are unlimited. So because of that, we use economics as a study to make educated choices in order to make improved decisions. Once we make choices, we want to make sure our satisfaction or our utility is maximized, and on the business side, they want to make sure when they are making choices, their profit is maximized. And economics basically helps us to determine what choices will give us the maximum satisfaction or utility, and ultimately these maximum satisfaction and maximum profit will yield an economically efficient economy. Okay, so that's the end of lecture 0. I will not continue anymore. From next class, I will start discussing chapter 1 and go from there. Until then, you guys take care. Thank you very much. Bye bye.